A viewer who watched my 72-hour evacuation bug out video had asked a couple follow-up questions on some different ways that I cook while I'm camping or start fires while I'm camping. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the methods I use for cooking and different ways that I have available to me to start fires, because after water, the second most important thing is being able to start a fire. So I mean, this is the main cooking thing that I use when I'm out camping with the Runaway. I have three other types of devices that I use both while I'm cooking with the Runaway or while I'm out backpacking. This is a BioLite stove, which I'm going to take over and show you in a second. This is a Jetboil system, and this is just a little kit that I put together, but I'll show you all those over at the table. This main unit, like I said, it's 2 burners just like at home. You know, it's like a 2-burner stove at home. I also have a folding Coleman camp stove, which can be used to bake in. So pretty much everything you can do at home, you can do on the trail also. There's a video I also have about the camp oven, so if you want to take a look at more detail on that, you can go check that out. So let me take you over to the table, and I'm going to show you different ways that I have to cook and different ways that I have to start fires. So, okay, as far as cooking on the trail or when I'm out in the Runaway camper, these are the 3 of the units that I use to cook with. One's a Jetboil system, self-contained. Inside here is the burner, the fuel, a pot to cook in. Even indicates when it's ready to go for you. This is the BioLite stove. Runs on twigs, sticks, pine cones, whatever you can find in the area. Although it's bigger than this one, you don't have to carry fuel with it, and you never have to worry about fuel because you can burn anything that's around, whether it's paper, sticks, twigs. I mean, anything you can burn, you can throw in here and it'll burn. And it also generates electricity while it's cooking. So great unit, like I said, a little bit bigger and maybe a little bit heavier than this, but you'll never run out of fuel. This one here, you could possibly run out of fuel, or if you wanted to, you know, make sure you don't, you carry a bunch more. They come in small containers, I mean small things, or they come in larger ones. But again, you got to concern yourself with fuel. So if you're backpacking and you know fuel's going to be an issue because you're going to be out for a while, you may be better off with the BioLite. This is just a little kit I put together with a small expandable stove, and inside here is also the stove, cooking pot, utensils. There's actually food in this front thing here, and there's freeze-dried food in here. I mean, it's a self-contained unit, it's nice, but again, you got to worry about running out of fuel. So if fuel's going to be an issue and you're going to be out for a long time, you might want to go with the BioLite. These other 2 will be perfect for any other condition. So let me open them up for you, and we'll be right back. I'll have them in working setup for you. Now these are the 3 units that I have. Again, all this right here, all this will fit inside this little pouch that's right here. The cups, everything nests inside there. The little stove fits in here. It goes in there. All this fits in there, so it's pretty self-contained. Great little backpacking setup. Again, this is the BioLite. It makes its own electricity. You can charge your phone with it. You start a fire in here. It generates power through this device here, and it has an internal fan which feeds the flame and gives you a great cooking flame. And it comes with this little pot here, bowl, and this is a cover for it. Again, all of this fits nested inside of here, so you know, it looks big when it's all put together, but it's not bad when you're carrying it. Again, the plus side of this is you don't have to carry any fuel. It's whatever you have around you that's going to work as the fuel. And this is a Jetboil system. Again, everything fits inside here. This is the burner unit itself, fuel, little legs that fold up, bowl, lid, and this right here indicates when it turns red that you're ready to use the water. It's hot enough. So what I'll do is I'll get this one going so you can see how it works and you can see how it generates the power. Today I'm just going to be using some kindling that I chopped up, but you can, like I said, you can use anything, little twigs. I had some leftover trim wood when I built my chuck box, so that's what I'm going to be using to fire it up. So let me get it going and I'll show you how it works. Okay, here's the BioLite going. It's only been a minute or so, and as you can see, there's a green light, so that means that you're able to charge. If it wasn't, it would still be the red light. This right here is for your fan. There's a fan that feeds oxygen into the combustion chamber and gets you a nice hot flame, but as you can see, when you plug in your phone, it's charging. So It's a great unit. You can charge headlamps, you can charge anything that uses a USB port, you can charge with it. So I've got water in each of the containers now, 2 cups in each one. I'm going to start them all up and get them boiling. And then we'll come back and I'll show you how quick they come. They boil. Okay, as you can see, jet boil is first. Like I said, these things turn orange when it's going, and you can see the steam coming out the top. Definitely the first one to get going. Less than 2 minutes for the jet boil, 2 cups of water. A little backpacking unit here. Also going pretty well. Let's see if it's boiling yet. It's been just over 2 minutes. And looks like we're just about getting, yeah, we're boiling. Alright, so now we'll check the BioLite. See how that one's doing. I see steam. Not a full rolling boil yet, but definitely just about there. So that's how the 3 units work. And again, this one's great because you don't need fuel. All you do is burn whatever's around. This one here is going so good, we better turn it off before we run out of water. So those are my 3 units as far as cooking goes that I use. Each one have their pluses and their minuses, but you got to decide and weigh the factors, what's going to work for you, where you're going to be, what you feel like carrying. Alright, so now I'll show you what I use to get fires going. Hang on 1 sec. Okay, as far as fire starting, again, I'm a firm believer in the 2 is 1 and 1 is none theory, where redundancies are the key to success. So I always carry many different ways of starting fires, and that's whether I'm in the runaway, or whether I'm backpacking, or whether I'm hammock or tent camping, or just, you know, out in the wilderness for the day and I want to cook up some lunch or whatever. So I carry a bunch of different things. Everything from the traditional, you know, Bic lighter, start your fire, you know, no frills, no bells and whistles, it's just a Bic lighter. Okay. I also carry a Zippo lighter, and anybody who's familiar with Zippo lighters knows their only real flaw is that they will dry out if you don't use them all the time. They'll run out of fuel, which is quick and easy, just fill it up again. But I find if you take a piece of an inner tube, about 1 inch of an inner tube, cut it off and put it over it so it seals the little gap there. Like I haven't put fuel in this in about 2 or 3 weeks and haven't used it, and there you go, you still got good flame. But that's only because this stops it from evaporating. So I put this on there when I carry it. It saves me all kinds of trouble, and I don't find myself without fuel. But if I did, I'd have other devices also. I carry wind and rain proof matches. They're like a traditional match, except they have like a wax coating on them, and you can see much bigger. So when you light one of these, it doesn't just burn for a couple seconds, it'll burn. And if it's raining out, if it's whatever, it's, you know, gives you a substantial flame. So those work well. I always have at least one of these in there. Okay. I also carry one of these. These are another product by Zippo. Okay, you open it up, it's got these tiny little wax sticks in there. It's cotton, basically, with wax. And what you do is you just come over here, put it next to the thing, fire it up, and you've got flame. Okay, quick and easy. You can start your fire. This will burn for, you know, a little while you're doing it. So another way to start fire. Okay, you have traditional matches. Again, just like the big matches, but with only a little small head. So if it's not windy a day like today, you get no problem just using a match, and it'll get going. The other one, it'll stay going in the wind. It'll get going with everything. Okay. Let's carry these. These are wet fire. If it's raining out and if it's nasty out, these will keep going even if they're wet. So take one of these, put a flame to it or a spark to it, and it's going, and that'll burn for quite some time. So there's another method of starting it. I also make these. These are regular drinking straws. Actually, they're not regular drinking straws. They're like a straw that you'd use for a thick frap or a milkshake, whatever you call it in your area. Inside here is Vaseline soaked cotton balls, and what I do is I fill the straw with it, take my Leatherman, squeeze it off, and heat up the end so it seals it. So all I have to do is come over here, take my knife, pop it open, and inside is some beautiful tinder. And you spread this stuff out. This will get going also. You can actually use a fire steel to get it going. There's too many fires going in here now, so it's sort of tough to show you, but if you take this stuff here, Spread it out. You can see how quickly it'll ignite. I mean, there it is right there. But you can also use magnesium fire starter, which has a striking rod. This one's been used and abused. Still works great though. You can shave off little pieces of the magnesium, turn it over, strike it, and you got a flame. Or you can use one of these Light My Fire steels. I mean, it's gonna be tough because I got all the fire going in there, but you do that, you'll get it going. And this also doubles as a whistle, so if you're stuck out in the woods, you can use it as a whistle. So those are my redundancies as far as fire starting. They all come in great. The key to any of them, like anything else, is practice using them, and before you know it, you'll be totally able to start your own fire out anywhere, and no matter what the rain is, no matter what's going on. I'm just using up the last of my wood, keeping this thing going. It's still charging. My phone is fully charged now, so that's what I use. That's how I use for cooking. That's what I use for fire starting. And if you have any questions, let me know, and I'll see if I can cover it for you. But all great methods, all have their positives and their negatives, but bottom line, they're all going to get the job done for you. Thanks for joining me, and I'll talk to you later. This is Hatch 61 saying goodbye.